Hello, welcome to the Ego Review.
Welcome to the incredibly delicate Ego Review.
With 5 Days a Stranger. Might as well
The
just...
special edition. What's special about the special edition? I didn't know there was a special edition.
Well, this was a re-release I put out a bit later with like author commentary and a couple of other things.
Can we? I suppose we don't need that on. Wait, can we turn the author commentary on and then have you commentate on your commentary?
No,
Meta-tary.
that's way too meta for me. I start throwing up.
For everyone curious, yes, I clicked on interview. What happened when I did that, Yahtzee?
Why did you have to tell them that?
Okay, well, there's already a really remarkable increase in just the general quality of the graphics.
You say that. So, yes, this was the first of the Chzo Mythos games.
Alrighty, so
ones
where's
that
the
kinda-
things down there? What's that? Okay, that's feet.
Yes, that's walk to things.
Eyeball.
Yep,
Hand and
and
talky talk. Oh, okay.
you can also you select the verbs that way.
Books.
I think you're still on walk to.
Alright.
You're doing something wrong.
I'm not-
sure what. Just select the verbs with the right click. Something's going weird on us there. Yep, now you can use things.
No.
You have no interest in these books. Okay, the plot is we are the master cat burglar Trilby, the gentleman thief who wears a suit and a Trilby hat and a black bag on his face. And we've broken into the mansion.
So you on dates.
We've broken into Defoe Manor that's recently been vacated by the previous owners with all the furniture intact, so we're going to nick stuff. And the safe was empty.
Figs. I'm gonna steal your certificates, and then I'll be the lawyer.
Yes, the owner's dead. The previous owner died in mysterious circumstances. Ooh, scary ghosts.
Let's see what's in the cabinet. Oh.
That's empty, you fool. Couldn't you tell? Couldn't those 4 diagonal lines inform you of much?
It's still empty.
Yes, quite a bit more ambitious with game design than this one, didn't we?
Yeah, it's good.
Are you even reading this text?
Well, yeah, I can see, like, what did that say? It's a chair. I was like, alright, there's
This is
nothing
old
really fascinating
world building, man. You're supposed to be absorbing this.
Well, I'm just curious as to what I'm supposed to use, so how'd I go?
That's strange. The window we came in won't open. Ooh. Yeah,
Come on, Bagface, you can do it.
There's an improvement on the art, but that's still a pretty fucking vibrant green running through this room.
Kill. Kill. Wow, that guy has a heck of a running animation.
Yes, doesn't he just? And you'll never see it again. Yeah, take your mask off now we've established there are people in this hitherto believed deserted mansion. It's not like that's this huge mistake for someone who prides their anonymity.
5 days, look at me!
Yeah, that's one of the many illogical actions that characters will perform throughout the course of this.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, finally. It's the only thing that's not locked.
I think Clock Tower was a pretty big inspiration for this. That's also had a scene where there's a shower curtain and you can pull it back and sometimes scary things happen.
But not this time.
No.
And let's highlight that. Just
Of course.
who locks all the windows like this?
It's gotten very dark outside. He didn't say it was locked, he said it was jammed shut. Ugh.
Oh yeah, so it's like Silent Hilling us.
Yeah, it's Silent Hilling your ass. So,
Okay.
the thought process that went into creating 5 Days a Stranger was that I wanted to make an adventure game. I was inspired by a couple of things, and I had this idea because I'd always found when making adventure games is that you're basically just making a string of rooms that you go into one after another.
Alright, what?
You're not doing it right. Just walk down. Walk down and that way. There you go. How hard was that?
Strangely. Alright.
So I had an idea to make a adventure game that had a strictly limited number of rooms in a single environment, but where the circumstances changed as time went on.
Alright.
So this is day one. And certain things happen during day one, and as the days proceed, you can access different rooms and do different things. And the story unfolds thusly.
That's kind of nifty.
And now here's some more world building, which establishes the previous resident of the house who died, mysteriously. He was found hanging from a tree in front of the manor, and his recent bride was found stabbed to death in the mansion. The police decided that Defoe killed his wife and then himself, and then dropped the case. Although the Sir Clarence Defoe's solicitor didn't believe he could do such a thing. What do you think could have happened?
Something mysterious?
What on earth makes you think that? How do you imagine Trilby's voice sounding?
Like yours, but with a higher pitch.
Higher pitch?
Yeah, like young you.
Possibly.
How do you think it? Give me your character, do the voice.
Well, these days I picture him as a sort of similar to the Hercules Grit Pipe Thin voice from the Goon Show. Sort of affected upper class, but a little bit posh and enigmatic. If we could have some dialogue, I'll be able to demonstrate. This is.
I wish that worked.
One of the
okay, so it's just a bit funny. Right.
One of the continuity things I did in this game is that the TV plays a different TV show each day.
Oh.
Yeah, everyone's banging on about Clarence Defoe all of a sudden.
I love when I'm like thinking about it, doing something, and turn the TV on, and it's talking about that exact thing.
I wonder how he earned a knighthood, because we established he was 24 years old.
Huh. Maybe he did like a war thing when he was 18 or something.
You know, that never occurred to me before.
It could have been a war thing. You know, they do that.
He's 24, and he's a sir. I think possibly when I made this, I imagined him having a hereditary peership, but knighthoods aren't hereditary. Huh, that was dumb.
How do you get a knighthood?
Well, you do a great service to the British Empire.
Well, again, like he could have, could have been 18, gone off to war, saved like Prince Harry while he was out on one of his little shenanigans, and now you're a knight.
Well, this game, spoiler alert, this game is set in like the 90s, when Prince Harry wasn't in war yet. Although there's a piece of dialogue that's a bit more contemporary and is an anachronism, because I only like retroactively decided this game took place in the early 90s, in later games.
Why?
Because I needed to fit everything into a timeline.
Okie dokie.
I hate television.
Let's unplug the cord. Oh, I've got the cord.
There's two cords. The other one must have been for the VCR. See, it makes sense. You got an extension cord. Oh, and here's another great example of ideal text color for the background. This is Mr. Philip Harty, one of the other people trapped in the house.
Oh, okay, so people are trapped in the house.
That's the plot. Everyone who came into the house after the mysterious incident with the Defoes is being trapped there by a strange supernatural force.
Alrighty. Now we're kicking along. Got some shit to explore now. I'm curious.
Philip Hardy keeps his hands in his pockets because I couldn't be asked to animate his arms swinging when he walked. You might notice as we go through the Chzo Mythos that I used similar techniques to animate several other characters.
It's not a problem when he's standing still, but it is super noticeable when he walks.
Don't you ever walk with your hands in your pockets?
Yeah, but my body still moves. Like the hands are still... like the shoulders have to counterbalance the legs. Like you have to have that counterweight sort of thing going with your body when you walk.
So I've established in previous games that my younger self had a problem establishing character voice. And I've been saying that I think I went on the road to improvement with this game. And it's still kind of wordy and quite expositional, but all characters have a sort of a distinct traits that you can identify.
Well,
Philip is kind of short-tempered, but he's been trapped in the house long enough to become sort of jaded. And
how long is there food?
And he's immediately suspicious of everyone. No, actually, there's no food, and that was a plot hole someone pointed out to me once.
Maybe the house just keeps... Maybe the time doesn't really exist in the same way. The house, you just sort of osmosize energy. There's no sort of... You know, there's no passage of time exactly.
Okay, we're establishing the other people in the house. There's Jim, who is a teenage boy. There's Simone, who's a television correspondent, who came here to make a documentary. But she didn't let a little thing like not breaking into a house get in the way of a good story.
Alright.
And there's AJ, the guy we saw on the stairs, who ran away from us.
Doing all this before things like Paranormal Activity.
And AJ has been here longer than anyone. So I wonder what he knew that made him run away.
I'd go shake him until he told me what the fuck's going on.
On a level of 1 to 10, how intrigued are you?
Yeah, probably around a comfortable 7.
That's a good level of intrigue.
Like, I'm not gripped because I don't think I don't know any of the characters yet, but the idea that we're all stuck in the house now is sort of interesting to me.
Well, it was interesting to me. That's why I made the concept.
Curious as to, do we try to break doors or, just kick windows out?
Well, windows won't break because of ghosts, because of supernatural.
Fair enough. Alright, I'm guessing that's a thing.
A wooden idol inside a bell jar. I wonder if that's significant. Trilby doesn't want it. Trilby's a classy thief. He only steals the good stuff.
Alright, so that's I don't need that yet. Let's go have a poke about.
I'll let you know if there's danger of dying, by the way, because I wouldn't want to just have to restart.
Oh, so there's actual death in this.
I think there's only 1 or 2 places where you can die, but I'll let you know so you can save.
Are there, are you able to fuck yourself? Like, are you able to get stuck?
No, you can't. Okay. I was a great believer in the LucasArts never get stuck philosophy. So that was that's Sir Roderick Defoe, who was like some kind of ancestor of Sir Clarence Defoe, who was the recent death.
Release Roderick.
Release Roderick. So our current goal, if you didn't absorb it, is we have to track down the other members of the household.
Yeah, I figured, so I was going to poke about.
Yep, nothing in the fridge.
Cooker.
Nothing under there. There's a thing. That's what you'll eat. There's dinner. A huge bag of salt.
Sweet, delicious salt. It's an adventure game. I need twigs.
Yes, all the twigs. Twig it up, Twiggy McGee.
I can see what they mean about the garden wall being unclimbable.
Yeah, see? Not even with your grappling hook launcher that's disguised as an umbrella. Which is what it is, by the way.
Yeah, if I managed to figure that out. Alright, it's doing that thing again.
What's it doing?
Well, okay, like not registering. There we go.
I was getting a little worried for a second there.
Yeah.
I thought, wait, is this game totally compatible with current versions of Windows? I'm not actually sure. Previous games are kind of fucked up. And we had to play them in DOSBox. This time we're not.
Alright, see, like, I'm moving the mouse. There we go. See, it kind of just...
What's going on?
I don't know, but it doesn't...
Perhaps it's this very long room it's having trouble with.
Alright, well, that was a lot of work for that. Okie dokie.
Someone's been
tunneling.
Someone's been digging up the place.
Alright, the wall looks a little more impressive there.
Perspective! So they weren't trying to dig a way out. Looks like they were looking for something.
Alright, so I thought I might be able to explore specific holes.
Now you've exhausted what you can do here.
Alrighty.
Dirty-minded boy.
Come... Fucking... Jesus... Stop being a shit game.
It doesn't want to stop being a shit game.
It is to shits. Okay.
I'm going to speed some stuff along and tell you to interact with the tree.
I was literally going to do that myself. So
Well, hush my mouth.
I saw the weird tree vagina, and I'm like, alright, that's probably a thing. Alright. What the?
Yeah, the vertical walk speed is the same as the horizontal walk speed, which in like this version of AGS, and unfortunately, that means. Huh. Something's supposed to happen when you interact with the tree, but it doesn't seem to be happening.
Are you sure it's supposed to happen now?
Indulge me. Go back inside the house and come out again. Oh, hi.
Have you forgotten?
Okay, try talking to the tree.
Alright, well...
Oh, no, wait, I'm wrong. Sorry. I forgot you have to find the different house members in the right order.
Oh...
Yes, that is not good design in retrospect, but there it is. Yeah, because the vertical and horizontal speed had to be the same in this version of AGS, so because of perspective, when he's walking vertical and horizontal, he seems to be walking much faster.
That's great. Scoot, 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 scoot.
I actually personally petitioned...
When you gotta rub one out, you gotta rub one out.
I personally petitioned the creator of AGS, Chris Jones, to change the features so that the vertical and horizontal movement speeds could be different. So that was my contribution to the development of this software.
Huzzah! Kneel before your lord and master, Yahtzee Croshaw.
And now we've found Simone Taylor, the TV journalist.
Trilby.
And she's familiar with the cat burglar Trilby, who's famous.
I wear a hat.
She presented a Crime Watch special on him once.
I'm not that Trilby. I'm Blastmaster Fedora.
That's not a fedora, it's a Trilby. You can tell by the narrower brim. And he's a sarcastic, posh-voiced man.
Yeah, like, to be fair, that's a good time to be sarcastic, though. Like, we're trapped in a house. When was the last time that happened?
Well, they've all gotten kind of used to it now.
That's a peculiar thing to get used to.
They're keeping their stiff upper lips.
I mean, I suppose you'd have to keep yourself sane, but there's a difference between being sane and not acknowledging the peculiarity of the situation around you. I mean,
well, they've been exploring and kind of nothing's happened so far.
Fair enough. So all those doors are just locked.
Yes, most of them are.
Has no one tried to just go and ape shit on them? Like,
gotta have new stuff to open up as the game goes on, don't we?
Anybody pooping?
No.
Oh.
Okay, now go back to the garden and do the same thing you did before.
Oh, of course, that's so intuitive.
Yes, it is. I'm glad you think so.
Alright, come on, come on. Stop fucking around, you fucking...
Well, maybe if you weren't so foul-mouthed to it, it would be more willing to listen to your side of things.
How do I use the phone? Who can I call on the phone? I just order pizzas. Get the place, like, just full. It's now full of trap delivery boys. That's what I'd do.
Do you think if the phone
A whole
works,
house civilization.
really think the phone would work in this particular horror scenario?
Yes, absolutely. At 100%. It's completely workable.
Well, you...
Alright, let's see who's in
wrong.
the tree.
Okay, now talk to the tree. Because you're the Lorax, apparently.
Hello, and...
Yeah, never stops being funny. That
it really, yeah.
Hey, in animation, we've come a long way.
Yeah, I like the last people who got trapped in here, you fucking dick fart.
No, he's the kid. He's naive. He looks to you for hope.
Alright, why weren't you able to get over the wall? Because the trees...
Tree's too far, and there's a ravine just outside the wall. This is what we call plot spackle, people.
So we're basically in a house in a void. Kind of a nice yard.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's like the spooky effect. Like if you try to climb over the wall, then when you reach the top of the wall, you're transported to a weird spirit dimension where you're eaten by sandworms.
Yeah. Fucking sandworms. Alright, okay.
We established that was locked.
Well, I thought it might have unlocked now that I've fucking shaken the tree.
Why
like,
would
that's,
it do that? This isn't Curse of Enchantia. Go back to the lounge, you fool.
I'm just exploring as I go.
It's time for the house meeting. Things are intuitive this time.
Yeah, of course it's time for the house meeting.
You've explored over that way.
Well,
already.
I thought there might be someone there now. Like,
Well,
there was
there
not
isn't.
someone in the tree, and then there was someone in the tree, even though he probably was in the tree earlier.
Well, you met everyone you're able to meet.
Ah.
So now you can have the house meeting in the lounge, which is a big exposition dump.
At
Get
least,
ready to open wide for
I
it.
mean, you know why I think the phone works? The TV works. Sometimes.
Well, that's not on a phone line, is it?
I suppose, yeah, this is the 90s. That'd have been different things. House meeting. I need to discuss who has rights of the different shelves in the fridge.
See how they've all got different body language as they sit? Phil manspreads. Simone is kind of,
Is that man spreading? He's got his
Protective.
leg on his knee.
well, he's spreading his arms out. He'd be
Okay.
taking up 2 seats on public transport.
I take up 2 seats on public transport just because I'm the size of a fridge.
You're a fat bastard. We've established that.
Yeah.
Why would anyone want to keep us prisoner here? What a question.
Yeah. Why would want someone keep us prisoner here with, like, a mysterious void? Like, it's obviously the government.
Jim suggested the force trapping us is just lonely. And that's part of his character. He's sort of like projecting his own feelings. Because Simone...
Thank you, Simone.
Simone is like the correspondent. She's inquisitive, trying to stay rational.
Good on her.
Phil's more hot-headed. He is immediately suspicious. Because
All that testosterone spreading out on the couch.
he's suspicious because he is himself a suspicious character. He came to the manor to steal things, but he pretends to be a treasure hunter. He was the one who dug up the lawn. And Jim is the slightly naive one. He like studies at a local school, and he like snuck into the house as part of a dare.
Oh, the poor child.
And he's been trapped along with everyone else.
So many children doomed by childhood dares.
So they're asking why we came to the house,
Yeah.
and Phil's projecting again. Now this is the anachronism. He mentions like Big Brother, as in the TV series,
Which was not a series in the 90s.
which was not a series in the 90s, no. How silly of me to have not realised ahead of time that I would be setting this game in the early 90s.
Yep, that you get called on it.
Yeah, still kind of wordy, I suppose.
Well, I don't think that's a fault of you as much as it is an element of... Like, these games can be very fucking wordy. Even the LucasArts ones can have some fucking epic dumps.
Now, if my memory serves, you have to talk to each of them and like get a certain amount of exposition.
Hooray!
I put the goodbye message at the top of the dialogue because AGS doesn't let you move dialogue options around, and if I wanted to add more dialogue options later, I'd need to have added them after the farewell dialogue. So I thought I'd put it at the top of each list, so that didn't happen.
Huh.
Yes, a lot of people have gone missing around this house,
Now we know why.
even before the mysterious murder-suicide.
This has got elements of House of Leaves to it.
I have not watched that. Well, there's elements of a lot
a
of
book.
haunted house stories.
Yeah,
It's a standard formula, really.
It's a good trope. I quite like the kind of, I like the house as a mysterious prison sort of thing.
Come here to explore the old house and look into the mysteries or look for hidden treasure and get ensnared
like-
by evil.
The house is really creepy, but looks normal. And the people are in it are normal, but something creepy's going on. Like, it's weird. I like that juxtaposition, where this house looks fine. It's like there's blood leaking from everything, but there's just
well,
something...
there's not currently blood leaking.
something
from
horrible
everything,
afoot.
no. Something's not quite right.
I like that. I like that lingering sense that not quite right. Gives me the willies.
Well, I'm glad I can give you all the willies.
Willy, 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 willy.
Very gratifying.
We ate them.
Yeah.
Fucking ate them.
Yeah, she was supposed to be waiting for them when she decided to have a look around the grounds. And then got stuck.
Okay. Great.
That's a nice teal shirt she's got on. And bright yellow hair.
Suicide blonde.
Yeah, she's got kind of an ego as well, Simone.
Oh, yeah. The 90s. But Beeb was a big deal.
It's still a big deal. It's always a big deal.
It will forever be.
It's one of the world's foremost broadcasting companies. What do you know about the mansion? Fuck all.
Plenty.
Oh, plenty.
oh, you've got me there, Mr. Hartley.
Hearty.
Hartley,
as in Hale and Hearty.
Okay.
Apparently he read about the book in Treasure Hunting Monthly.
A magazine that exists.
I think
I'll let you borrow it.
I think at some point I wanted to make a callback to Odysseus Kent at this point, but I guess I never found a way to put it in.
Good.
So now he gave us a clipping from the magazine.
Okay.
And both characters are just staring straight ahead now.
It's a fun way to have a conversation with somebody.
I think because you did the conversation option where he gives you the thing, now he's going to be looking forwards for the rest of it.
Which is odd, because to get the clipping was one of the first things you can click on.
Yes. Perhaps. Well, that's the issue with listing the conversation options again, I suppose. Yeah, Philip's a lone wolf. He ain't got no friends or family gonna come looking for him.
Nobody likes you, Philip.
I'm not sure if it's mentioned in the plot, but I think in my head, Phil got the idea to come to this house from a former cellmate.
I like that the idea you have a headcanon about the things you made.
Well, you have to have some.
Yeah.
And there's not always,
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying
you work out stuff in your head. And
it's interesting to witness it.
You expose it here and there, and if there's not room for the exposition, you just don't bother.
Just stays
but
there.
It's still there in your head.
So everyone that thought that in your own little 5 Days a Stranger headcanon, you were right.
Well done.
Yeah.
Philip's an ex-con.
Get to share some headspace with old Mr. Croshaw.
I have a lot of works that have a character called Jim in them. Like Mogworld, the main character is called Jim. Because I like it as a nice mundane name. There was this advertising campaign for, I think it was Tango, I
don't know what that is.
The soft drink in the UK.
Okie dokie.
And they did a number of like silly adverts about this cult that was worshipped a god called Jim. And that was,
yeah.
And I think that's why I think the name's sort of funny in itself. Because they had this big chant that went, Jim, whenever Jim appeared.
What was Jim like? Was he a benevolent god?
I think he spoke with a strong Birmingham accent.
What's a Birmingham accent? Take me there.
Well, he used to have a line where he'd say, it's a lemon tango moment. Or what should that be, moment?
That's... Regional dialects of the UK are fascinating to me. Because we don't really... Dialects in Australia don't regionalise to that degree because we don't have the population density.
So Jim was dared to knock on the door and run away. But when he knocked, the door opened. He walked in and the door closed. And the rest is history.
The house wanted boy meat.
Yes.
Has anyone tried kicking a door?
I'm sure Phil would have.
Yeah.
Because he's a tough guy.
He's
an ex-con.
No bars can hold me, the great Phil.
But I guess everything just doesn't yield to their strikes because of magic.
Yeah. I'm joking. I don't actually care about you, Jim.
I think Jim, over the course of the game, starts to see Trilby as a reassuring, almost paternal figure.
Isn't St. Trinian's that girls' school?
Yeah, though I don't think I knew that at the time. Possibly I picked it up unconsciously somewhere. He's nearly 16.
Fuckadoo.
Couldn't you tell? Oh yes, you've done all the talking and now we're doing the wrap-up scene.
Jim doesn't have friends, that was a lie.
Yes, he just wanted you to think he was cool, Trilby.
Yeah. Me and all my friends were hanging out, and my friends were saying about like how like they're really good friends with me, and then I'm cool. You know, like friends do. Friends.
Now they're analysing the situation carefully. See, Trilby's a smart guy.
He's the smartest of all.
That's why he makes a living as a cat burglar, because he's just so smart he rejects society. Because he's so fucking smart. I think at the time I used to write him like he was like almost a Sherlock Holmes level super genius, because I was a fucking really young writer.
I think the interesting thing about Sherlock Holmes is you know, especially in the original era that it was written, it was mostly because people were just buttfuck stupid. There was not a lot of public education back then.
In later games, I would start establishing Trilby's character with a few more flaws. Like in Trilby the Art of Theft, which is sort of a prequel to this, I established him as an absolute self-obsessed, egotistical cunt. Because he's like... Because he goes around stealing from rich people because he thinks, you know, he can fix them that way. Because he sees himself as a Robin Hood figure, but he's massively egotistical.
I love it when people steal my things and I desire to do better as a result.
And in later games in the Chzo Mythos, he becomes a sort of much more humble, traumatized figure from the events that went on in the house.
Well, see, that's good, because now we're getting an arc. Like, I don't mind if someone starts as an asshole and then things happen and then they change. That's interesting. Should we be hearing something?
Well, we're hearing his footsteps.
Yeah, what the fuck? This is a dream.
Now, scary music. I can't remember where I nicked all the midis for this game. Possibly RPG Maker again.
Okay, well there goes the subtlety of the game.
Oh dear, everything's dead. And bloody and murdered. Do you notice anything different about this scene?
Picture in the background?
Yes. There didn't used to be that strange figure on the horizon.
I picked it.
A painting by someone called Matthew Defoe, circa the early 19th century. You might want to keep that in the back of your mind.
Chekhov's gun! Chekhov's gun! Alright.
Let's watch the television again. Oh, they noticed that Simone Taylor's gone missing. You figured they would.
Oh, look at that. Someone gave a shit, Simone. Aren't you proud?
Well done. Well, television looks after its own, I suppose. Yeah, the news just can't get enough of Defoe Manor at present.
The BBC will absolutely look after its own when they molest some kids.
Whoops. This was long before that happened, of course. In terms of both when the game is set and when I was making it.
Okay, well that's interesting. So the outside can't get inside either.
Yeah, but they are trying.
No one's thought to go over the wall yet. Must be a heck of a ravine.
It's a big ravine.
Humans have been unable to traverse ravines.
Oh, they noticed Jim went missing as well, but he's not as important, so he doesn't get a name.
Who cares?
Yeah. So now it's just about looking around, seeing what's changed since yesterday.
That's kind of interesting. I like that.
I wonder who's keeping that fire lit.
Yeah, recently.
It's always been lit recently.
Give me the gun. Let me take the gun. I want to shoot people.
I'm not carrying this around everywhere. I'd better find a place to put it down. Yeah, you can only just put it back to where it was.
Fair enough.
But it'll come into things later.
Yeah.
A literal Chekhov's gun. So there's that name Sir Roderick again.
Damned savages. When will they learn?
Yeah, he was a 19th century explorer and racist.
It's hard to find the ones that weren't, really. There were some fascinating... It's really, like, I love finding people from, like, ancient times or, like, just olden times.
Rider Haggard wasn't a racist. He was, like, a Victorian, like, African explorer.
Oh, yeah, no.
And he was the writer of King Solomon's Mines, in which black characters often feature as equals to the white characters. And he even mentions very early in the book that he really doesn't like using the term nigger, which is remarkably progressive for a 19th century writer.
Dude, that is like fucking time travel.
He must have been a visitor from the future. It's the only explanation.
Lions are dead. No surprises there.
Of course. He was expecting that. Hey!
I'm gonna touch the portrait. Touchy, touchy, touchy. Oh.
He doesn't want it because it freaks him out. Maybe because it looks slightly different to how it looked yesterday. That's another thing that changes as time goes on.
See a faint bluishness around it or something?
Actually, his beard has gone slightly grey.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, let's talk to Jimbo. Actually, no, let's look at that doodad I've got.
Oh, yeah. An article cut out from Treasure Hunter Monthly.
Oh, yeah. Somewhere there's just going to be a magazine that goes, hey, this person's house has loads of shit that you could, like, hunt. You know, not break into and steal.
Well, I didn't really think that far ahead. I just needed to expose some stuff. I decided Treasure Hunter Monthly would be a thing.
It's a zine. Not a full, it's not a real publication.
So the house was built by Sir Roderick Defoe in the early 19th century and has passed through a number of heirs. It was abandoned in 1946 until the recent appearance of Clarence Defoe, who refurbished the place. That's why there's all these modern things.
Hi, Mr. Trilby!
And then died horribly.
Oh, there's a library. Yep, it's one of the doors I couldn't open.
Yes.
And an entire 2-story mansion.
In the whole 4 days she's been here, she never thought to do that until now. It's just Trilby's such an inspiring presence, you know?
Yeah. He's the beautiful center of all that is.
You just asked him that.
Oh, I thought it went away. Alright.
Well, I thought it would be important to always be able to remind yourself where the others are.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
Jim seems to be escaping into fiction. Oh, timely reference there.
Godspeed.
Yeah, because I used to read a lot of Terry Pratchett around this time.
So AJ's losing his shit. He's been here the longest.
AJ's going to get to the bottom of all this. And that's the last anyone saw.
That's kind of what I'd be doing, like...
Well, that's sort of what Trilby's doing now, isn't he?
Yeah, I'd be more interested in the physics of it. It's like, okay,
This is oh, actually, never mind. It's a different conversation I was thinking of. But he had a horrible dream as well. Ooh.
Not that different to boarding school. No. Less sodomizing.
Well, I could provide that service if you really wanted me to, Jimbo.
And less sodomizings.
Trilby's not his last name.
Sodomize.
That's his
handle.
It's his secret cat burglar code name. He's the Hat.
Oh, I already opened that. Close. Suppose I don't need the salt at the moment.
Would you like some salt, Mr. Trilby?
Want some salt with it? Well, I guess that's the end of that. I wonder if that's open yet.
Nope.
Poop shits.
It won't unlock until you or someone else does a thing to unlock it. I was very careful to make that intuitive. Things won't just pop open by themselves.
Except for the library.
Well, it's established that Simone found a way to open it.
Alright.
Hey,
Phil.
it's Hearty McGarty.
What has he got there?
It's the metal detector.
Ah, I guess what?
Oh, and he's doing a little jog on the spot to keep his heart rate up. I think we've established where they all are.
Well, I thought he might, have a separate thing. I'm curious about AJ. I wonder what AJ's up to. Where can you hide in this place?
Well, that's another unanswered question.
What?
I guess you're just missing people every single time you walk into a room. Yeah, Phil's being his usual suspicious self, casting aspersions on the missing AJ.
Mm-hmm. It's Channel 4. That's what it's got to be.
Of course.
Yeah.
BBC wouldn't do it.
Oh, Lord, no, they wouldn't deign to do this kind of nonsense.
Dastardly satellite channels.
Sky TV.
One of the Murdochs.
Filthy, filthy Murdoch.
Phil's looking for a family tomb.
Hmm.
And he's assuming a metal detector will find it.
For all the jewels that people bury themselves with, like Egyptian pharaohs of old.
See, Trilby's the cat burglar, but he owns it. Phil's sort of in denial.
Oh yeah, well I'm gonna do that, smart guy. And then you're gonna be apologizing, you fucking dick sandwich.
Kitty got claws. First.
Well, you look like you're doing a bang-up job, you fucking tool.
Guess he's dug up a few graves in his time.
I'm gonna steal the copper from the building. I'm gonna bump you over the head and take it all before you can have it.
Trilby's getting kind of judgmental. This is probably... I will pay into how he is characterized in later games. Systematic sweep. Are you on the bridge of the Enterprise now, Mr. Harty?
Look at that systematic digging pattern.
Mr. Harty, evasive action. Can I borrow a metal detector? Because I'm an adventure game character and these things are handy.
Alright, fair enough.
Rest assured, it will of course come in handy at some point.
Today, or...?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Dig my way out.
And I think this is going to be quite a long video.
Exposition. Talky talk, talk. Of course you'll, you fucking butthole.
Well, he's getting quite aggressive now.
Yeah, this guy's a pissy little bitch.
Yeah, I think Trilby sort of is losing respect for him by the moment.
Yeah, I don't want to hear him anymore.
Tried to, find some common ground. They're both thieves, but Trilby thinks Harty's in denial, and he looks down upon him as a more lower-class thief.
He's a titbag.
Trilby's three-piece suit is based on an outfit I used to have. A black waistcoat with a grey pinstripe suit over it.
Don't say.
Yes. I used to have a grey pinstripe suit to go to school with in the 6th form. You still had to wear a suit after 6th form, but you could wear whatever suit you wanted.
That's mental.
A library.
Library.
More conversation. There's quite a lot of dialogue. Oh, this is the, quite relevant conversation. Someone had killed everyone else, and there was a huge guy wearing a welding mask. Ooh.
Dum.
Everyone's having similar dreams, and they're all sort of... And Jim, you'll remember, almost told us about it, but then kind of got wary and stopped.
Who spilled all this plot thickener everywhere?
People have been having dreams about Trilby being the killer. Well, I wonder why. I wonder why they only started having them after Trilby arrived.
What mysterious connection could they have?
Whoa! Yeah, he came across as jumpy in the brief period we knew the guy.
To be fair, you were wearing a complete blackface mask, which, if I was trapped in a house and there was supernatural shit going on, and then I bumped into a dude in a suit with a complete blackface mask, I'd probably get out of that area.
From a room you had previously established to be empty.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, no, this is where the bad things happen.
I'm not having any of this. Oh, she's an independent woman.
You colossal cunt
All
bag.
women independent, throw your hands up at me. By the way, all the different sections of books are different objects, and you'll have to look at them all to find an important thing.
Oh, goody.
Ha ha ha. Oh, we found a... I was kind of expecting you to look at them before you started using them, but never mind.
No.
Do you see the two yellow books between the grey and the blue ones? I had a feeling that would be it. Okay, now we've got a map.
Ooh, a skull. Yes, you do.
I think that's all you need.
I just want to get closer. Closer to you. Let's touch. Okay, now where's my thing? Family history. Okay.
Roderick Defoe, he embarked on a series of adventures through the globe, then retired at 40 when he met his wife, built a luxury manor in the countryside, and the couple moved in immediately. The couple were deliriously happy. Belinda died giving birth to their first son, Matthew, the artist of the painting in the lounge. He left the upbringing of Matthew to nannies and stuff. His son pursued artistic pursuits that disappointed him.
Fag!
They started to grow closer as he reached the age of 15, but then on his 15th birthday, they both disappeared. Woo! So God knows who inherited the house. Presumably like a cousin or something.
Yeah. Chudwick. And I got a map. Alright, how do I look at the map? Where's the map?
It's in your inventory. You gotta scroll down.
Alright. I have scrollable levels of items now.
This is a kind of a dodgy architectural plan. It's more like a design for someone designing a game around this environment. Okay, it shows the site of the underground tomb is nowhere near the backyard.
Yeah.
Perhaps Phil would like to know that. But there's something in this map that doesn't belong. Something we haven't seen in the house.
Okay, that's that room. That's the dining room. That's the kitchen. There's no stairs there.
Ha 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 ha! Well done.
That's using the old noodle. I'm an adventurer.
Well done. I think now you've seen that, you can go and examine the wall. For laughs.
Should I go tell fuckhole about the...
Yeah, I think you have to show him the map, and then he will give you his metal detector.
and then I might be able to use it on the bit of the wall.
What a generous fuckhole.
Fuckholes. That's... Yeah, Yahtzee just audibly farted.
I'm sorry, it's this leather couch.
Oh, that doesn't fart.
Well, at least I don't sweat everywhere.
I'm not sweating. I have a fan on me now.
I remembered a joke we did in the first take of the Elite Dangerous video that I forgot to do in the second take, where we were talking about Deep Space Nine characters, and I said you probably relate to Odo because he also partially turns into a liquid when stressed. Mr.
I don't even need to be stressed. It's just, I'm just...
Use, Party. Use and abuse him. Everyone's so formal in this house. It's Mr. Harty and Mr. Trilby.
Maybe it's part of the magic.
Well, Trilby's a classy gent. I think Phil's just sort of taking the piss out of him when he calls him Mr. Trilby.
I would be.
Well, that wasn't a very classy way of saying it. Sucks, doesn't it?
Have we even been able to access a front yard yet?
No, you can't. Because it's out the front door.
Oh, yes. Yes, I see. That's a sticky wicket. Yeah, I'm going to have shitloads of fun detecting metal.
So now we have a metal detector.
Alright. Okay.
Well, I'll just tell you what to do.
No.
Because otherwise you'll be everywhere. You want to focus your attentions on the swimming pool.
Okay. I wouldn't have thought that. Okay, that's right, it's not up.
Well, first look at the water. There's a hint. How can we tell where the pipe leads? It goes under the lawn.
Some kind of device.
Perhaps that could very well be the thing. Clever old Trilby. Now we can interact with some dirt, because that's what we're good for.
Okay, what? Do I have a panel? Oh, okay.
It'd be nice if you'd mentioned that.
Fucking Phil, you dickhard.
Okay, now go back to the pool.
Well, that's the AJ mystery solved.
I wonder how someone did that. Now this is where things are going to start getting tense in this scary house. No one died up to this point. That's
Yeah,
why
it was all just fun and games.
everyone
in the
was
Spectre
placid
house.
until now. Oh no, it's turned into a Agatha Christie mystery. Oh, and Harzy's descending even further into suspicion and hatred.
Yeah, I killed AJ. That's because I had a motive to do that. And,
Well,
you
someone-
fucking chud.
Someone has to be the uncooperative one, who might as well wear a big sign saying, "I'm going to die now."
Yeah, I know. Like, honestly, there's so many times in these movies when someone's just being an anus like this, just someone hit him with a tire iron. Just this person deserves to die. We're trapped in a magic house and people are dying. I don't care about you. If you're going to be an anus, you have to go away.
Well, yeah. That's always the law of the horror movie, isn't it? Divide and conquer.
Yeah, we're all in this together. Philip, you fucking idiot.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no one I can trust anymore. Telling without showing. You can't just describe how you feel. That makes me feel angry.
Taking my hands and my pockets out of here.
So there. I'm in a huff. I'm in a hands in pockets huff.
It's the fourth highest huff you can be in.
Trilby's starting to think about ghosts.
Hmm.
He's kind of leaping to this conclusion first.
Well,
in
I mean, to be
retrospect.
honest, like...
I'm thinking something else could have, Trilby.
I don't know, like, if I'm trapped in a house for a day and I can't break windows and outside is just a void...
Break wind O's.
I mean, it wouldn't take long of that happening for me to go, alright, ghosts. Or an exceptionally elaborate prank show. Which, credit where it's due, would have to be really good.
Simone's staying rational.
Good on
Trilby's
her.
just going to assume there's a ghost.
Jim, quit masturbating. Daddy! That was kind of cool.
Yep.
Oh, mysterious figure's gone.
It was another nightmare.